Taong 2009 nang muling umakyat ng timbang si Pacquiao at hamunin ang WBO welterweight champion na si Miguel Cotto. Sa ikatlong round ay bumagsak si Cotto sa isang right cross ni Manny at mukhang nagulat ang kampiyon sa lakas at bilis ni Pacquiao. Sa ikaapat na round ay muling sumubasog si Cotto nang tamaan ng isang matinding left uppercut ni Manny. Bagamat tumayo agad ay halata namang grobe pa rin ang kampiyon. Sa huling round ay duguan na ang mukha ni Cotto, kaya't upang hindi na lalo pang mapinsala ay tinigil na ng referee ang laban. Dito nakuha ni Pacquiao ang pagiging 7th Division World Champion na tanging siya pa lamang ang nakakagawa at isa na namang kasaysayan ng inukit niya sa mundo ng boxing. Nalagpasan na niya ang record ng isa ring alamat na si Oscar de la Hoya na isang 6th Division World Champion. 4 na buwan lang ang lumipas at agad din siyang lumaban upang idepensa ang WBO title laban sa napakalakas at dati ring welterweight champion na si Joshua Clottey. Subalit bago tayo magpatuloy, pasuporta naman kaibigan. Papindot naman ang like and subscribe button. Maraming salamat. Bagamat mas bata si Manny ng 1 taon, lamang naman si Clottey pagdating sa height, sa reach at maging sa timbang, sapagkat siya isang natural welterweight. May ring record si Clottey na 35 panalo, 21 by knockout, 3 talo, walang tabla. Kanyang 3 mga naging talo, kay Carlos Baldomir by disqualification, kay Antonio Margarito by unanimous decision dahil nagkaroon siya ng injury sa kanyang kaliwang kamay, at kay Miguel Cotto by controversial split decision. Sinasabi niya na hindi pa talaga siya natalo sa isang kumbinsidong paraan. Si Pacquiao naman ay may ring record na 50 panalo, 38 by knockout, 3 talo at 2 tabla.
And was blocked by Clottey's gloves. Clottey is not throwing. He's really only thrown a few punches so far. Pacquiao is seeing most of his stuff blocked, but gets a little left hand in there.
But should start preparing himself to try to win a decision, as I said earlier.
Well, he's preparing to win a decision because unless I'm totally out to lunch here, and barring a big change, he'll exit this round up 2 rounds to nothing on the scorecards. The belt line, it didn't do any real damage. There's another one right on the belt. Rafael is letting both fighters throw at the belt line. There's a combination for Pacquiao, and he manages to rip a left through the guard. Clottey pretends to wobble.
Usually a sign that a fighter's actually hurt. Doesn't look like Clottey was hurt there.
No, Clottey's not hurt. I think really he's getting very comfortable in this fight right now.
Clottey tried the first couple of uppercuts a moment ago. That's what he hopes will be a big weapon. But when he throws the uppercut with the left, Pacquiao will counter with that brilliant right hook of his. That's been a very damaging punch. There's a good left for Clottey, straight onto the face of Pacquiao.
Clottey's landing effective punches. Manny's throwing them, but the really effective, those short point-to-point punches are more effective from Clottey than from Manny at this stage.
And yet Clottey's losing this round by a wide margin.
Agreed. Feels comfortable with what he's doing.
Yeah, but Manny's winning the fight. He's doing what he's saying. You got to remember to keep just doing what he's doing, just out-punching this guy. Don't go for a knockout.
Yeah, what Clottey has not throwing so many punches, and he thought maybe he could.
No, he can't stop him from doing that. Manny's going to throw punches. But I don't get a certain point, you start getting a little frustrated still when you're throwing punches, and really for clean punches yourself, you're not landing anything. To me, still, the effective punches are from Clottey.
Of the punches that Pacquiao's throwing, Clottey's making every punch count, but he, as Jim, you say, he needs to throw more
I
often.
see different. I see Clottey landing the straight punches, the clean punches.
Perhaps, Emmanuel, but he threw 27 and landed 5 in the last round, but Manny threw 96.
I said Manny's winning the fight,
okay.
but I'm saying the clean, effective punches are still, to me, coming from Clottey.
There's not
enough of them.
Yeah,
it's not enough.
And they're cleaner punches, but even when Clottey's blocking some of these Pacquiao shots, they're partially blocked. They're also partially landing.
And Manny, interestingly, has shown more focus to the body in the first couple rounds than I think I've seen from him in quite a while.
Looks like Pacquiao's also felt Clottey's power more in this 3rd round.
Definitely. His head was snapped up by an uppercut. But nothing stops him from pouring the punches on. A minute left in the round. He's already thrown 61 punches in the round. Hard right hand by Clottey. Best punch of the fight.
This decision. And not get frustrated.
One of these crisp counters of Clottey's that you pointed out, Emmanuel, has to land hard enough to hurt Pacquiao, I think, at some point in the fight.
Here you see, which may be typical of Clottey's effective punches, they're little simple, little straight little shots that he's landing, but the problem is he's not throwing enough of them. But his punches are
181. Jim, 3-0, 30-27, Manny Pacquiao. You know, Jim, he's so smart, it's amazing. You know, you come out and you see a guy covered up like Winky Wright, hands held high, elbows in tight. What do? You step around. Manny Pacquiao keeps stepping around the guy.
To the head, more than we've seen him hit cleanly to the head in the Diaz, De La Hoya, Hatton, and Cotto fights combined, I think. And Cotto had some success early.
Yes, he did. Most people gave Cotto a couple of rounds, the first and the fifth.
Pacquiao looked like threw a right and left hand at the same time, like clapped Clottey.
Harold, what was Rafael dealing with there?
Jim, you can't hit the guy with two hands. Manny Pacquiao threw two hands at once.
Here we go. Clottey backed into a corner and for a moment was inert as Manny banged away. I'm not sure what's happening to Joshua Clottey and why he's not throwing Emmanuel. There he goes.
the fight that they play into a great degree. It's what's going to be interesting to see who wins out in the end. Because Pacquiao said he's going to be punching, moving in and out, side to side, giving him angles. Clottey said he's going to cover up and try to break his will by just letting him punch himself out. So it's going to be interesting to see how this fight finishes up.
Those are two hard body shots for Clottey.
Well, Pacquiao has hurt and not.
Here we see the, I guess the referee called infraction rule when he like clapped his head between both heads. Something I've never saw did before. and you see him in the corner where Manny just pummeling him right here with some great shots in there. Nothing that landed that clean, but it was a...
We mentioned Cutman in Pacquiao's last loss against Eric Morales in 2005. Clottey wanted a trainer who worked with him earlier in his...
Leaves himself open a little bit. See that? When he punches, he pulls his head up. And that's what Manny has to try to catch when he's punching himself.
Guards like this and doesn't let his hands go, he's giving the fight away. Yeah, he has no chance.
If he punches himself, he may get caught, so that's his safety factor.
In the last 30 years, there have been 3 star fighters from Ghana. The very great Azuma Nelson fought to win in every fight. No flies on him. And both Ike Quartey and Joshua Clottey have been spectacularly talented in the ring.
But going down the stretch in those close fights, Quartey never did stretch out. He was going to a safety zone. That's why he lost his big fights. And at this stage right here, this fighter here is looked like he's just worried of getting tired.
Not willing to lay himself on the line to try to win the fight.
Right. But this is how Clottey fights, and normally it's enough to win, in except when he stepped up against the best guy.
But he knew he was fighting Manny Pacquiao.
When he steps up in class, he loses.
And what we all knew is that he would have to be someone he's not to win. We're asking a lot of him. Doesn't open up because that's when Manny Pacquiao catches opponents in combinations, in exchanges. Well, the best way to stay on your feet is not to open up against Pacquiao.
It's another onslaught by Pacquiao to cement the round.
He's clear, Clottey's not known for a high output in the first place. And now he's facing a guy who can punch and who's throwing 100 punches around and stepping around him and boxing him beautifully. You move your hands at your own peril.
A big thing is that Clottey just isn't trying to counter Pacquiao. He's not taking advantage of Pacquiao's aggression in any way. That's what he would have to do, it seems to
No,
me,
but
to win the fight.
He don't want to take a risk.
Well, you can't win unless you're going to take a risk. Knock them down.
And everything you're saying, guys, is right. But I see a welt. I see a mouse on Manny Pacquiao's right eye. I've seen him hit here in this fight more than he's been hit against, I mentioned.
There you go. 4-punch, 5-punch, 6-punch combination. Body shot, bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Try and stop it. Bang, bang. Here.
Because the win is already out of reach if he doesn't. It's going to have to be a knockout for him to win.
I'm sorry, whether he was... What an amazing combination puncher this man is. What a fabulous offensive fighting machine.
Yes, has it.
Winds up in the Pacquiao corner with training Lenny De Jesus. Max, take it away.
Lenny De Jesus, early on, Claudio seemed to be... Why do you think that is?
I think he's feeling Manny Pacquiao's power. And he doesn't want to take the chance. Simple as that.
Thanks, Lenny.
Fascinating. 2 years ago, Pacquiao was fighting at 135. Now Lenny believes that Claudio is scared of his power.
I think exactly the same way. I think he felt that power from the man, and then he took his heart. He don't want to take a risk. And that's just why Manny is a champion. Manny will gamble.
Made this point about Pacquiao, really. You cannot be a great offensive fighter without taking risks. Manny Pacquiao is never afraid to take risks.
Right. And that's why he's a champ. You know, and to me, fight and fight. I mean, it's just out of knockout. He said, let me just start putting these, you know, they're like putting money in the bank. Start building up, building up. And that's what I thought he should do, and he's doing a great job.
Fabulous asset.
See what Manny's doing.
What
He
a
gets hit
display
with
of
something
body
back,
punching.
and he comes right back. If you hit me, I'm going to come back with
Well,
5 more punches. That's what
the
a champion
competitor
does.
in his
Right.
right.
And Claudio, it doesn't have that in him. That's the difference.
Oh, what a display. What an amazing display by Pacquiao. Claudio's having maybe his best round, and Pacquiao is rising to the occasion. Three straight left-hand uppercuts. Pacquiao comes back with the right hook, as you knew he would.
See that?
Good one, too, by Pacquiao. Savages Claudio with the left hand.
But Manny's going to take this part of this round right back. He's not going to let
Absolutely
him
right.
out. That's it.
He'll let Claudio have a couple of punches here and there, but then he rallies. What are they seeing? What are they looking at as they watch every other opponent in his career?
Well,
In Mosley's mind, he's probably thinking, I'll trade with him. Let's see if he's as hard a puncher as I am.
Well, that is the fight, even though it doesn't have the marquee value, that is the fight that would be the best fight that could be made, would be Shane Mosley to me. And this man here.
Two offensive fighters.
Two offensive minds, guys who always come right back with flourishes whenever they get hit. I mean,
In terms of what would occur in the ring,
regardless of what much excitement is generated during the fight itself.
Kitang-kita ang laki at lakas ni Claudio. Subalit mas pinili niyang magtago. Hindi rin natin siya masisisi dahil malarapido ang mga kamao ni Manny. At kung hindi niya yun ginawa, siguradong may kalalagyan siya. Sinasabi nga ng mga commentator na hindi na nag-take ng risk sa labang ito si Claudio o naghangad pang manalo. Iniwasan niya lamang na manakaut siya, kagaya ng nangyari kay Miguel Cotto. Tila ba isang makina na walang kapaguran ang pinakita ni Manny sa labang ito at ang nakamamanghang 100 punches per round na kanyang binitiwan.
All three to the winner by unanimous decision. The fighting pride of the Philippines, and still WBO welterweight champion of the world.
Malamang ito na yung unang talo ni Joshua Claudio na maluwag niyang matatanggap sa kanyang sarili.